So this time, no tent, no bottled water, no gloves, and only 2 of those 3 things are deliberate. The gloves I just forgot, which, given that it's -9 tonight, borders on gross negligence. So I've got about another 2 hours of daylight. I've done, I don't know, 8 miles, maybe 9 miles. Nice steady first day. Oh look, a tree's completely fallen down on the path. Excellent. Right. It's hands and knees job. When you're carrying a massive rucksack that gets stopped is oh, good lord. Yeah, properly on my knees. Oh, I need to find another one. Okay. This one's really big. What about in here? Yeah, not going to be able to film this as I need all my hands. Stand by. Well, I got through that one at great personal cost in time, energy and dignity, but it would appear, as far as I can see, trees have just been blown over, presumably in that storm over the Christmas period. So this is quite morale sapping because I've got a really heavy pack, and that changes everything in terms of nimbly climbing over giant trees. But what choice do I have? Because I'm in the middle of nowhere. So let's try and climb nimbly over giant trees. Oh dear. I've managed to get lost in this wood. I don't know which way's up, which way's down, which way's right, north, south. And I've been struggling along now for about an hour. So, time to give up being a fool, make a plan. And that is, I can hear some sort of waterfall or stream. So I'm going to head to that noise. And when I find it, follow it down into the valley. At least that way I'm going the same direction. That's just taking it out of me, that has. So, as per the aforementioned bit of video, tried to be clever, tried to make my way through a blocked part of the trail, got stuck in the middle of some fallen logs, couldn't get my pack through them, fell into a bit of a dip, couldn't get out of it, and it's now 3:30, so I've just wasted an hour messing about in a forest for no reason. And I've come back up the trail to where I was, and I'm going to call it a night now because I've only got about half an hour of daylight left. I need to find somewhere to stop, so I'm going to try in there because there's a nice bit of open woodland and some fallen wood for my fire, which is going to be critical tonight because I don't have a tent. just need to see whether it's warm at -9. Lovely. Well, it's about 9 o'clock and I'm tucked into my sleeping system, which is an outer bivvy bag, which is waterproof and, well, breathable to some extent. I've then laid a roll mat. On top of the roll mat, I've used a sleeping bag liner as a kind of a top sheet, because it's stopping you having contact with the cold earth. That's the priority. And then I've got into my 4-season sleeping bag, and then I've got my ribbed coat thingy tucked in as a pillow. And then I'm wearing thermals, joggers, and a fleece top, and a balaclava. And I'm not just warm, I'm uncomfortably hot, which isn't going to last long. Good morning. Day 2. It's about 7 AM. I had to get up because I'm freezing. But that's okay, because that's what the fire's for. And I've sat next to it for 5 minutes, and already I'm feeling better. Tea boiling on the stove after a perilous journey in the dark to collect water. So an average night's sleep. I wasn't overly cold until this morning when I woke up. It's a bit frosty and a little bit damp inside my bivvy bag, but these things happen. It's just the condensation from me. Nothing that a cup of tea and a bit of breakfast won't hurt, mend even. So I'm having some mackerel for breakfast. Lots of energy. Right, let's go and see dawn over the Cairngorms. This is what I'm waking up to this morning. Now inside the wood it's relatively sheltered, but yeah, as I suspected, there's a really hard frost out here. Blimey, it's white. Everything's frozen solid. Puddles. Yep. Beautiful. So I wore my balaclava last night. Design before dignity. And I'm only just warming up. It was really cold. Well, to be fair, it's not much different from getting inside your chest freezer and going to sleep, is it? Definitely double figures below 0. Absolutely, definitely, when you look at how solid the ice is. Back to my little den. It's so cold, the grass is crispy. I'll tell you something, last night I woke up at about 3 in the morning to the eeriest noise I've ever heard. Probably not the eeriest noise I've ever heard, definitely the eeriest noise I've ever heard in a wood on my own. I can only think it was something like a pine marten. It's like a shrieking, like a baby shrieking, not a fox. I know what a fox sounds like when they wail and cry. And then I saw a pair of green eyes looking back at me. And even though the adult part of your brain is saying, it's alright, that's a small animal, there's a bit of your brain saying, alien invasion, death, murder, runaway, fear. Oh my God. So I had quite an unsettled 20 minutes before I fell into a peaceful sleep after realising that this is England and there's nothing that can eat you. Go back to previous videos. What if you're camping in countries where there are things that can eat you? How do you sleep? I could never sleep if I thought there could be a bear or a lion in the woods, tiger. Anyway, so I'm going to pack up and get going. Right, all packed up, ready to go. There are those mountains I was telling you about. In the distance, covered with snow. Right, so I have to make my way back to where the track deviated and try and loop round that fallen woodland foresty bit. So I've looked on the satellite mapping and I think I can use a forestry track and then cut down across some moorland and pick up the Cateran Trail again. How about that for stunning? A completely frozen mini loch, lochen as they call them in Scotland. Absolutely frozen solid. You could probably walk across that, but you'll be pleased to know I won't be doing that. Gosh, how beautiful. It's always a sign how cold it is when you get icicles on running water. And just look at that view of the mountains. With the sun on them in the morning. So I think this is my calling. I think I have to make my way over this, down the edge of that forest. Now the ground's going to be really uneven, full of potholes and pretty lethal. But if I don't pick up the trail again, I'm lost anyway. So I'll just proceed with great care. But yeah, look at that. I've warmed up a bit now, physically and mentally. Got the blood flowing. So without further ado, I need to make my way down into that valley, and hopefully I shall just cross the trail. If not, there'll be another hour flailing aimlessly in the middle of nowhere. But what else am I doing today? Not a lot. Right, I've just gone through an experience of thinking I'm hallucinating with exhaustion because I was convinced that this post has a face on it, and then but then as I came closer, it has got a face on it. Quite an eerie one. Oh, and on that side as well, look. So this is where I'm going to sleep. Just here. On the ground, next to a wood and a stream. And that is the footprint of my bivvy bag tonight. So I've now got to frantically make that warm. I literally am just sleeping in the open next to a wood and in a stream. But a bit different. So we'll see whether I regret this. So I can actually show you, now I've got a bit more light, how I do it. So bivvy bag, waterproof, breathable, airbed. Then on top of it I use a detachable topper from a fish camp bed. It's like a warm sheet as an over mattress, bottom sheet. Then I put my sleeping bag in. So I've got 2 layers beneath me, 3 if you count the sleeping bag itself, and then the sleeping bag above me, but my this coat on top of me, and then my other clothes is a pillow and my rucksack. Right, got my silly balaclava on and my head torch. So I'm now going to go into the dark, foreboding Harry Potter wood to search for Voldemort. And if I can't find him, some wood would be good for a fire. There. So I'm nice and warm at the moment, which is the name of the game. Even better when I've got a fire. I'm a bit worried whether I'll be able to get enough wood, but I'm going to try. I very much doubt you'll be able to see this. So, pot noodle time. Now, oh well, I'm not even going to bother holding up the camera to the stars because I know it doesn't work. But if you could see the stars that I could see now, absolutely astonishing. There must be 4 or 5 times as many stars as I would be able to see at home. It's like looking at the actual Milky Way. Amazing. Well, it is obviously looking at the Milky Way because we're in it, but you know what I mean. It's like it's just brilliant basically, but I can't share that with you other than verbally. So I've got my fire roaring, and every time I cut a log I cut a second one for the pile for the in the night. So I have a big pile like that. Look, does that even show up? Probably not. But that's for when I'm in my sleeping bag and I really can't be bothered to get up and get freezing. I can just lean over and make a fire without leaving the cocoon of my bivvy bag. So it's 6:30, it's really cold. I mean, literally you turn your face towards the fire and it's boiling. You turn your face the other way and it's freezing. Profound, wasn't that? It's the only thing that bugs me about this videoing thing. You can see way more with your human eye than you can with this camera. So I can still make out the difference in the sky and the trees, the stars. I can even make out the difference between the ground that's covered in frost and the stream. But on the camera, it's just dark. Never mind. Morning. I don't know if you can see me. If you can't, that's probably best. I slept like a baby. That little red dot is my fire. I woke up this morning with the frost on the outer bag, but I'm really warm inside. It's just starting to get light. And I noticed that my battery's drained in the cold. So I'm going to get up now and have some breakfast and get a cup of tea by boiling water from the stream. I think it's about 7:30. That's good. Yeah, really warm. Bit damp, maybe, inside the bivvy bag, but I'm okay. Amongst the revelations of this morning, my boots, which I'd left outside, but in a plastic bag, were so frozen rigid that I had to defrost them before I could get my feet into them. So that was quite good fun. I fell over as I went down to get some water from the stream. Just fell over, didn't injure myself. Just fell on my face. So that was quite refreshing in the snow. That's the dawn in the distance. So now I'm going to pack up. I'll tell you something, not bringing gloves is, that's good fun first thing in the morning, when everything you touch is -5. I just picked up my metal pot. I mean, everybody knows you don't touch bare metal when it's freezing, but I did. So now the tips of my fingers feel strange. I don't know how cold it was last night. The forecast was -10. I'm not sure it was quite that cold, probably more like -5. Well, I've absolutely no way of knowing the difference. You can just tell a bit that it wasn't as extreme as it could have been, even though I am quite high up. I think I'm at about 400 meters. The moon there. So, as the light begins to rise, I'm going to start getting going on my 3rd day. So today I'll cross the halfway point, or get close to the halfway point of 32 miles. I'm so cold, what's wrong with my voice? Well, it said on the satellite thing, 450 meters is the snow line, and I'm at 450 meters, and it's right. Although this stuff's like ice crystals. Now it's frozen overnight, but slow going because this is treacherous. I have to walk off the path, but beautiful. For anyone that manages to remain upright, beautiful. once you get your eye in, realise that there are no human footprints at all on this track, but what there are dozens and dozens of these. And they're way bigger than the muntjac deer, and they can only be red deer because muntjacs seek a roe deer, live in woodland. Red deer tend to live in open moorland, and there looks to be a whole herd of them gone through here. I mean, they've ripped up the track completely. They're everywhere. Look, some more over here, there. They're much bigger footprints. There you go, look. So that's quite a sizable animal. You can actually see the two prongs. It says Raymeres. Oh, now I've got on my knees. I can't get up again. So I found some more tracks. This is mountain hare. It's sat on this rock. You can see its two rear feet and then its front paws. Great big rear feet like snowshoes. It's made its way down here, sat on that rock and had a look round and then carried on down there. Right, well, I've reached the top. It's so cold, so that's about 550, 600 metres. It's so cold that my battery light's actually going down as I watch it. But this is top. Down there is the snow. I am freezing. The wind's insane. I don't know if you heard any of that. I'm at the top basically. It's freezing. I might make a snowman. Morning. Well, last night was the coldest night I've spent on this earth. But I'm okay now. I've got a fire going. It dried out a bit. I was very damp because I had to hunker inside my bivvy bag for about 4 hours last night while it snowed. And what that allows to happen is the condensation from your natural sort of body heat, breath, freezes on the inside of the bivvy bag. Not a lot you can do about it. But I don't know if you can actually make any of this out. But I'm basically laid in the snow. Snow abounds all around. It's quite a decent snowfall. I've got to go and gather water. Now the thought of submerging my hand right now in a frigid stream does not exactly inspire good thoughts, but I've got to boil up all the water that I need to drink throughout the day, as well as making a cup of tea. From here. So I'll just get up and do that now, and get some water boiled. Don't know if you can make out the vistas yet. It's beautiful to the naked eye, but very, very icy, blues and whites everywhere. There, now you can see that now, just light enough to see the winterscape that is my home. With snow coming in later, I'll tell you something, when you live outside for a week, the weather forecast takes on a whole new meaning. Normally it's just, oh well, yeah, it's raining later, but every twist and turn of the weather matters when you're out here, so I think I've got a few clear hours and then snow during the day, which is alright because I can walk through that, and then it should clear up for tonight. That's where I slept last night. So a cup of tea, some breakfast, then pack my kit away, which is always freezing on your hands, rolling up the roll mat and everything, and then I can get going, and getting going is an imperative to get the blood circulating, and then I'll be able to feel my feet again, because right now I don't even know if they're working. Oh. Life-giving tea and mackerel. Not to everybody's taste, which is fine. You don't have to have it, but it's very energy rich and lightweight to carry, and I like it. And at this temperature, when it's flat pack, you can carry it around for days. Fire's going. The spirit of human kindness. This gritter man has just given me some gloves. Here he comes, look. Special gloves. So no doubt he's going to give me a wave as he gets on his way. Thank you, sir! Look at that, and the road ahead of me is getting gritted. Oh, I love him. I love him. Well, enough of this. Oh, there's all sorts of places to tuck in here. Just down there would be lovely. Look at all this wood. Brilliant. And over there, I presume there's sheep on the horizon. The mine plays tricks in the dull light. They look like the size of polar bears or white ponies, but there's 7 of them, so that doesn't seem likely on a number of levels. Hell. Always use fallen wood. I never ever use live wood. It doesn't burn properly anyway, but I'd never kill anything to do this. And I always tidy up the fire afterwards. Ray Mears style, so you can't even see that there's been a fire. I don't even leave the fireplace. I scatter the ash and tidy up completely. But I still like to do it away from it where people can see, because there's still something about a fire that not everybody gets. You know, I don't want to be grouped in with the numerous idiots that do it irresponsibly. Can you hear that? I think it's muntjac deer calling to each other. Either that or I'm about to be overrun by a pack of dingoes. That really made me jump. I was just about to fall asleep. They bark like dogs. Well, not really like dogs. You know it's not a dog. It's a muntjac deer. But it's still quite unsettling when you're laid on the floor in the wood. Right, back to bed. So I've woken up on my 6th and final morning. Dawn's breaking over the hills in the background there. Little fire to warm the cockles. Nice cup of tea. All the animals are waking up in the background. I can hear deer, grouse, owls. Well, they're probably going to bed. So one last push today, 13 miles back to the car, van, and then I can drive home. Plans for tonight: mattress. Oh, a mattress. Duvet. Netflix or Amazon Prime or indeed anything on a television. Pizza or sweet and sour chicken balls, or maybe a sweet and sour chicken ball pizza. I'm so damn hungry. I've been feeding on little packaged things for 6 days. I haven't had a proper meal for 6 days. That's not because I'm hesitant to do proper camp food, it's just, like I've said before, you have to carry it. It's alright having fine intentions, but when those intentions go on your back, it's a different ball game. So in a moment I'm going to put the fire out. I've already packed up my rucksack. And I'll be off by 7:30. Plan is to get back to the Bridge of Cali by lunchtime, which actually you already walk through on the trail. You come from the opposite direction, and then for the last 6 miles you retrace your steps. And the good news about that bit is I remember how much it irritated me coming the other way, because it was mostly uphill. It therefore must surely be downhill going the other way. Not even I can have the laws of nature turn against me so much, but that's not true. So I should be able to just stumble my way back to Blairgowrie, and then it's a 6-hour drive home, which is lovely because the van will have heating and there'll be service stations with food things. So unless I find anything amazingly interesting to video on the walk back, I hope you enjoyed watching me live in the wild for nearly a week, and look forward to seeing you in the next video.